Hey, what's up collectors? Jim here with another figure review. And tonight we're taking a look at the SH Figuarts Bandai Star Wars Darth Maul. This is one that I've been wanting to get for a long time. Very excited to finally have it. I missed out on the latest, pre-order for the re-release of this guy. So I had to go to the secondary market to get him. He was a little bit pricey, but I mean, I'm sure it's going to be worth it. But the packaging is basically what we've seen with the other SH Figuarts. Nice, small, and compact open window in the front. We have this kind of silver trimming going around the side. Darth Maul, Bandai. On the top, you got Star Wars, SH Figuarts. On the one side, you have the continuation with this kind of silver trim. It says Star Wars, SH Figuarts. On the side, we got an awesome image of the figure. A little bit of a read up there. And on the back, you got the cool promotional shots, along with a bunch of unreadables, showing his two different head sculpts. And on the bottom, we got that. But yeah, I'm very excited to get him open, so let's do exactly that and check him out. Okay, and here he is all out of the packaging along with his accessories. And yeah, this figure does not disappoint. Really nice figure. I'm kind of geeking out at the moment just because I'm so happy because I've wanted him for so long. But it is a really nice figure. We do have the two fists that come on him in the packaging, and we also get two pairs of hands that are basically for holding the the lightsabers. And it's pretty plain, but there is some nice sculpting work on them. We get two that have, just a gripping hand for that. We get another pair that have a gripping hand as well for his lightsabers. And then we have a pair that's kind of like relaxed. So we get a pair of those as well. We do have his classic lightsaber that, with the double blades. And that's done really nice. The hilt on it looks really good. Nice paint, nice sculpt. And then the lightsaber blades themselves, come out, and then we have two more single hilts. So that's really cool that we have the option of, having him with two or with one. But nice translucent red on the blade, and again, the sculpt work and paint on those are nice at all. Now, he does come with instructions, which more or less just goes over the hands, how to place them on the lightsabers, and as far as interchanging the heads. I don't see anywhere that you can actually put or hang a lightsaber on him though. There is this kind of part right here on his belt, but it doesn't really seem to want to like come out. It's almost just like it's sculpted in there. And I don't really see anything on the lightsabers that you could, kind of hang this on like you normally can with some of the other figures, but maybe he's not supposed to, I don't think I remembered him having in the movie anything hanging off of him like that. But anyway, taking a closer look at the figure, it is actually done really nice. I mean, it's pretty much plain because it's basically black, for the most part, but we do get nice sculpt work all throughout his suit and everything. And then the one head sculpt that comes on him is just this kind of like stern face with his mouth closed. But I mean, really nice job. I love the paint. I love the sculpt. Looks just like the actor. Nice paint on his eyes. All his little horns up here are done really nice. They're actually kind of sharp too. Get a little attention to detail there with his little earring. Really nice job on the head sculpt. I like it a lot. Coming down to the rest of him, is basically just, again, black, but nice sculpt work all throughout his robe. We do have his belt. We do have some separate pieces down here that are a little bit soft, so they kind of get up out of the way. And then underneath the sculpt is all continued on his legs. Coming down to his boots, again we get nice sculpt work all throughout. His gloves look really good. Nice work on the sleeves. Coming around to the back again, we just get nice, sculpt worked. You kind of have this like one big piece back here that's all one piece, but then the rest are kind of like individual pieces that get up out of the way. Again, nice sculpt and detail on his boots. Yeah, really nice. And as far as the other head that comes on him in the packaging is this one, which looks great also. I mean, when you first look at it, like when I first looked at it, I was like, oh, it kind of looks like he's like cheesing, like smiling, but you know, it's supposed to be more of an angry, you know, teeth out, gritted face, and I do kind of like it the more I look at it. But this one is done really, really well. Again, we get really nice, clean paintwork all throughout. His horns look really good. Get that same little, you know, earring, and the likeness to the actor is just, you know, pretty much dead on. Looks really, really good. Now, as far as his articulation, you can turn the head left and right. He'll look up about that much. Pretty much looks straight ahead, but then you do have a hinge in the neck itself that'll give you pretty much that all the way up, that all the way down. The neck itself does swivel, but you get really, actually I think I swiveled it around. Let me get it back even so I can, because I had nice, yeah, there it is. You get really nice side to side tilt. If you don't get that, it's probably because the neck has kind of swiveled around itself, but really nice side to side. The arms pop off very easily, as you see. That is the one problem. Because of the way this is sculpted, when it runs into that, if you go up too far, it will just kind of pop off. But as you see, it's basically just a big ball with a little pin in it. Get the arm connected back together, but the arm does go up about that much horizontally. Of course, that ball spins all the way around, so it gives you, you know, full 360 rotation. You do get swivel there at the shoulder. There is no bicep swivel, but you get, you know, swivel around that ball. There is a little bit of a butterfly too, so I mean, you can bring it forward a little bit, bring it back a little bit, and there are different cups that kind of hide some of that articulation. You get a single bend, but it basically gives you a little bit better than 90, so that's good there at the elbow. That doesn't swivel or anything, but you do get the hinge out of it. And of course, the hands are your basic swivel and hinge, and then you can set that to go either up or down or left and right. Now, you don't get any kind of the normal kind of cut here in the abs, but you do get pretty much, you know, a round movement. You get full swivel, a little bit of forward, a little bit of back, a little bit of side to side. So it's probably just like a double ball peg. And then for his legs, there isn't a drop down or anything, but you can get about that much out, about that much going forward, about that much going back. It does kind of kick out a little bit. You do have a thigh swivel. You do have a bend at the knee that gets it, you know, pretty much 90 degrees. That swivels a little bit. And then coming down to his feet, you basically have a swivel, a little bit back, a little bit forward, a little bit of an ankle rocker, and then you do have a toe hinge. So, I mean, decent articulation. It is a little bit kind of limited in the, you know, chest region, but I mean, you can still get decent movement out of that. I would like a little bit more crunch, you know, forward and back, but I mean, the butterfly joint does allow him to, you know, get some pretty decent across the arm poses and everything. You can pretty much, you know, bring his leg up a little bit. So I mean, the articulation isn't the best, but I mean, it's decent enough to where you're going to be able to get him in some pretty cool poses for your shelf. Now, as far as swapping out the hands, it is a little bit difficult. I mean, I had some trouble trying to get some of these hands on earlier, but it is just your standard, you know, little tiny ball peg, so be careful. And some of these were giving me a trouble popping these things on earlier, because that ball just always wants to kind of hinge away from me, it seems like. There we go. And he holds his single lightsabers really well in his hand. So they're in there nice and tight. They're not going to go anywhere. They're not loose or anything, so I do like that. And same thing with his double. Actually, that's right. The other hand is for that. It's a little bit, has a little bit bigger hole in it, so you can actually get the whole thing in there. And these don't come apart. This is just one solid piece. I thought this might kind of pop apart so you could kind of, you know, put both of them, so you're not having to cram this down into his hand so much. Maybe it was that one. Yeah, it was this one. So you kind of have to cram this down into his hand, and he doesn't hold the double one as tight as you would want him to. So that's a little bit on the disappointing side. But I mean, he will hold on to it for the most part, and it's not going to go falling out of there or anything like that. Let me get these blades on. But I mean, overall, it's still a really, really sick looking piece. I definitely like it. It's definitely going to look good in your Star Wars collection. Now, as far as his height, he is pretty much a little under 5 3/4 inches tall. And as far as some comparison, here is the Black Series. 2 Black Series figures. So that gives you a height comparison as far as with Black Series. Here he is next to Mayfex Stormtrooper. I don't have any other SH Figuarts Star Wars figures to compare with, but I mean, he's going to look good in the collection, and I know he's in scale with other SH Figuarts. I know the Mayfex ones are a little bit on the taller side, but he still is going to look good in the display. But yeah, guys, that is the SH Figuarts Darth Maul. I'm definitely excited to finally have him. I'm looking forward to that web exclusive land speeder. I probably will pick that up because I do like that, even though I do wish it came with like the robe. I'm a little disappointed that all you get is like a little skirt piece to kind of go on him and make it look like he's floating in the, you know, like the wind's hitting him. That would have been really nice if they would made a robe for him. But yeah, that's the review, guys. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next figure review. Take care.